going to draw first blood. So Movie, despite turning this into a good game, despite turning this into a good battle, and putting Flash in under pressure at points in the game, and throwing Flash a little bit off his game with that early assimilator trick, taking Flash's gas with that assimilator, I just feel that he's not really been at any point in this game comfortable. You feel that Flash has, however, Flash has always been comfortable throughout this game. You never really felt that Flash was seriously under the threat of getting taken down. He always had an answer to whatever Movie was doing. He just played his game patiently, and slowly but surely has ground his opponent into dust on this matchup. And this has got to be a draining encounter for Movie. He's going to have to bounce straight back into game 2 right now. He's still clinging on, but it's just only a matter of time before Flash closes out this game. I really don't think that Movie can perform any game-changing maneuvers here unless he manages to get a great recall and kill all of Flash's supply depots, but that's highly unlikely. Flash has been so well prepared, and now Flash securing the middle of the map as well, quite contemptuously here, and just telling Movie that he should probably GG out. Movie obviously doesn't want to. This is the finals of the OSL, and he looks like he wants to fight till the last Dragoon. He still has a decentish army standing by, but it's really nothing. And I mean, if you look at again, I can't really make out the pops, but it looks like Flash has just got so much more strength than Movie right now. But unfortunately, I cannot actually see the actual numbers, guys. They're too fuzzy on my screen. But Flash with something like 2,500 minerals to Movie's 300 spare minerals and 1,700 gas. So Flash in just such a strong position, dominant on the map, and continuing to take and hold territory, expanding across the map and just crushing Movie in his path. Movie's managed to take back that expansion at the top left though, so maybe if Flash gives him an opportunity, he could slowly try and work his way back into the game. Maybe one killer maneuver by Movie could still potentially turn the tide in his favor, but he's just going to have to be absolutely flawless, and thus far he hasn't really been. Something has been lacking in every attack. Flash now just again trying to pick off that High Templar, doing a good job of it. Now Movie coming in, he's going to try and attack right down the middle, right down the gauntlet, managed to get the Arbiters in range, getting 2 stasises out, trying to get a 3rd stasis out. He's got a lot of siege tank stasis, he's got a good army there. If he can get that army, his army is being blocked, his Zealots being blocked by his Dragoons. If he can get those Dragoons to play great storms as well. Flash has got a lot of depth though, he's got a lot of depth, and Movie, I don't think, even though he managed to get those stasis off, he wasn't able to get his reinforcements in time. More storms going off, but Flash has got a large bunch of siege tanks that's just shelling everything of Movie's, and his own stasis siege tanks acting as a wall, preventing Movie's units from getting in there and doing any damage. And yeah, Flash once again, he's just got too much of an army, he's just too strong right now, and maybe if Movie had gotten his army in there a little bit quicker, unfortunately his Zealots were hampered by his own Dragoons. If he managed to get them in before Flash brought that second group of siege tanks in and siege around those stasis siege tanks behind them, then perhaps he would have had a chance of doing some more damage. That was a valiant stasis, but again, I just feel that Movie, let's just say he to use slightly crude language, jizzed in his pants a little early in that game, with that frontal assault. Sorry guys, a lot of crude innuendos there from Klazart. I apologize to any kids listening and to their parents who might be offended. But he blew everything he had at that frontal assault at Flash's Natural Expo. And unfortunately for him, since then, Flash has been in the absolute ascendancy, and it's just only a matter of time now before Flash closes this game out, before this game peters out to its inevitable conclusion. There's nothing really, I firmly believe there's nothing Movie can do here. Flash is just too strong. Movie wasn't able to do anything when he had a much better chance, and now he has a much lesser chance. And Flash brilliantly with that Science Vessel coming in and EMPing all of Movie's units. Ninja EMP by Flash, hugely effective, and he's been brilliant with those Science Vessels throughout this game, and just countered the Protoss players so effectively. And really, one of the things with Flash, we've seen him time and time again. There have been so many seasons where he's been in, say, the quarterfinals of both the OSL and the NMSL, and I've been asking myself, could he do it? Could he achieve the unachievable? Could he achieve the unthinkable? And for Flash makes the unthinkable thinkable. He makes it possible. And really, every time, unfortunately, Flash is just burnt out. He's crashed and disappeared. He's just been wiped out by players he was expected to beat. But this season, it looks like he's finally hit his stride. He's finally found that comfort zone where he can play at a level good enough to beat anyone and sustain it and maintain that consistency throughout the season, and he's done that this season. And we saw with Xavier, when Xavier had his chance, my favorite player of course, when Xavier had his chance, unfortunately he was undone by Bisu, by a Protoss player who had come out of the woodwork and taken the StarCraft world by storm. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like Movie's going to do that in game 1 anyway, but remember, this is a best of 5 series. It's not written here yet, but Flash is surely going to take a lot of confidence from this victory, and Movie has got to wonder and really think about his choices, and I really feel that that's where Movie has let himself down. He's had a decent strategy overall. He's had good mechanics, he's been in the mix, but I feel his game sense has been really poor, and his decision making has been completely outrageous. Now trying to pincer the middle of the map, attack Flash from multiple directions, trying to close in, managed to get a decent stasis off, managed to get some storms off as well, but Flash just has such a huge army there that despite this 3-directional attack at Flash's forces, I just don't think Movie has enough to take him down, and Flash is just going to be able to hold here. More storms coming off from Movie, killing a decent number of units, but again, ultimately being pushed back, being negated, and another attack comes, unfortunately fails for Movie, and this is it, folks. He's just basically throwing everything he has against Flash, and it's just water breaking against rocks, and the rocks are standing firm, and unfortunately for Movie, erosion is going to take far too long, and he's going to run out of water long before it does, and Flash now getting ready, just tightening that grip around Movie's neck, just tightening the noose, now taking that expansion at the bottom right corner of the map at the 5 o'clock position, also pushing towards that 12 o'clock expansion, and really you feel that once that goes down, Movie will have to GG. I'm surprised Movie, well, I mean, it's understandable that he hasn't GG'd yet, but just Flash is just so superior in this game right now that Movie doesn't have a hope in hell, and I'm sure at some level he's got to know it. He's got to know how strong Flash is in this game, and how his attacks against Flash have been more a nuisance than an actual hindrance. And really, I don't think Movie has won a single significant engagement in this game. In any battle he's gone up against Flash, he's come out second best, and you can't do that battle after battle and still have a hope of retaining victory. It looks like Movie, with 4 Stargates, he's got that fleet beacon up as well. Could he be trying a desperate late switch to carriers? If he does, he's only jumping off the Hangman's bench before the bench breaks under his weight, really. And I guess he wants to kind of go down fight. Obviously he wants to go down fighting, but now Flash taking that expo again at the top left-hand corner of the map. Also the 12 o'clock expo going down, and that's going to pretty much end any hopes of resistance that Movie might have harbored. He's managed to amass an army, I guess, for one final push, and I suspect that once that gets taken out, he will GG, and he will accept that he has been crushed. He's got no minerals left. He's only got his main and he's only got his natural expo and that 1 o'clock expo still up and running, where there are basically flimsy amount of minerals, hardly anything, certainly not enough to power the kind of war machine necessary to take on what Flash has. And now Movie finally going in, and this is going to be the last hurrah. He's sending all these units to their death to die with honor in the face of defeat. Managed to get a decent stasis off, catching a large number of Goliaths in the process, but Flash has just got so many units. Movie trying to work his way down this line, take it down piecemeal, concentrate his fire on a small number of units, but really that barrier with those Goliaths is going to provide Flash the place he needs to set some more siege tanks and just shell away, and even if Movie manages to get past it, there's another line behind it, another line behind that, and yeah, that's it. Movie losing his entire army, not able to get through, those Goliaths blocking, making the narrow path there, not allowing Movie's units to get through. He didn't really have enough of an army, even if he had gotten through, to do any serious damage. And surely he's got a GG here, guys. Surely he's got to know that the game is up here. He just refuses to give in. He's got no resources left. He's got 2 tiny patches with something like 150 minerals left at his at that one base, but that's really nothing. And those 3 Zealots going up against 3 siege tanks. Movie just hoping for moral victories and consolation victories at this stage, and I don't really think he's even going to get those, as Flash this is just a psychologically crushing defeat here by Flash. He could have finished Movie out long ago. He could just have unsieged everything, rolled out, and crushed Movie, but he just wants to grind him down and really rub the salt in, and then pour alcohol over it, just make the sting in that wound last and last and last, and perhaps throw in some iodine on top, and Movie is just not enjoying this at all right now, and he's gonna have to pick himself for game 2, because he doesn't want to. The last thing he wants is to give Flash a 2-game advantage after a tremendous opening from the Terran player, the Terran hopeful for winning both the OSL and the MSL, and he's made a very positive start here, guys. This is Klazart. This was game 1. Flash dominant. Thanks for listening.
유사한 상황을 맞이하면서 송병구 선수와의 경기를 떠올리면서 캐리어 가는 타이밍만 이영호는 분명히 재고 있었을 거예요. 캐리어 가나 안 가나만 이영호는 분명히 감시하고 있었을 겁니다. 이렇게 완벽한 길이 있는데 이영호 최종 경기 내가 질 수 없지.
역시 이영호는 이영호입니다. 이영호는 생각대로였어요. 우리의 기대치만큼의 경기력을 보였다고 더 잘한 게 아니라 이게 이영호의 기본이에요.
그렇습니다. 아 정말 절반 싸움에 있어서만큼은 타의 추종을 불허할 만큼 가장 강력한 테란. 네, 그 이런 이영호를 상대하기 위해서 진여 선수의 출발이 좋긴 했습니다만 기존의 패턴대로 경기를 꾸려나가는데 분명 한계